guys, it's your boy Alex, and welcome back to the Brave Lionheart channel. And today we have another reaction video, though I have a feeling that this one's going to be another really, really long one, for particular reasons, actually. But yeah, today's reaction video was a request to take a look at a YouTube channel I haven't looked at since my old channel. And that video, of course, is on Hellfire Cinema. And it's not a particular movie that I'm pretty sure he agrees is quite possibly one of the worst movies that has ever come out. Or most considerably, one of the worst movies that came out in its franchise. And that, of course, is Superman 4, The Quest for Peace. Yeah, I'm pretty sure a lot of people know about that movie. The particular reason he wanted me to react to it is because the person who made the channel, OmniGen, they didn't really specifically say what kind of problems that they're having right now and why they can't, like, get videos out as much. They wanted me to check this video out and give them some support, so, yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Even though this particular one might be long, like the last time I reacted to a video, again, on my old channel. So, let's not waste any time and jump right in. Yep. Look at the time. 50 minutes. I really don't know the reason why this needed to be 50 minutes long. This really is going to drain all the energy out of me from, like... I'm probably already drained after, like, editing this entire video, but let's not waste any time and jump right in. So, without further ado, let's take a look at Hellfire Cinema's review on Superman 4, and see if he really is on the bandwagon like most other people were when this movie came out. So, starting the video in 3, 2, 1, here we go. Anyway, let's just get this started, and let's see if exactly how he feels about this, because there was a lot of people that hated this movie, and I know in particular some people from Channel Awesome. It's a bird. Yeah, I'm also going to turn up the volume, just to make sure that it's loud enough for you guys. Oh, yeah, it's all the way up. So I think we are good. I'm just going to scooch over a little bit, so that way you can see me better.
Were you expecting a facelift call right here? Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
I was actually about to ask, like, why was there just a black screen there?
I can't believe I'm doing this fucking movie today.
Yep, here we go.
I can't believe I'm doing this. I can't believe I'm doing this. But, okay, I'm gonna be honest. I've never really seen any of the other Superman movies that came out after the second movie because, while they were both good movies, I sort of lost interest and I had a bad feeling that they would only get worse after the
Oh,
movie.
yikes.
And I was right, because Superman 3, from what I've heard, for some reason focused on the comedy aspect rather than the adventure, and brought in this guy named Richard Pryor.
Also, the third movie had some random subplot with an evil Superman that was created that pretty much went nowhere. Sorry, I had to answer another message, and that's not helping with, like, how long this video actually is, so... Anyway, let's just continue. Also, I had to fix the camera so you can see me better, so there is that.
And it feels like it drags on and on and on, to the point where you wish that Batman and Robin was playing. Yes, I said it. At least with Batman and Robin, you could poke fun of it for being a 2-hour commercial for toys, whereas with Superman 3... it does try, but doesn't try hard enough, and it just doesn't work out. This movie, on the other hand, was bullshit. Oh my god, this fucking movie. Okay, I've never seen this movie before until I started doing this review.
Oh boy.
Many negative reviews and horror stories of how bad this movie was, and I didn't exactly believe in any of them. Back then, I thought this movie was just a failed attempt to try to redeem themselves after the third movie, and they decided to make up for it by going over the top with the action and adventure, and as a result, you get a really stupid movie. And even as I was preparing myself to watch this movie for the first time, my expectations were low, but not too low. I thought going into this movie, I was in for a really dumb, cheesy superhero movie that I could enjoy laughing at its obscurity, like Batman and Robin. But no, this movie was far worse than anything.
Oh boy, can't wait to talk about when we get to him.
Politically dumb, it fails at science, and the comedy is even worse. I'm not kidding you when I say that it is one of the worst fucking movies I've ever seen, right next to Ballistic versus Sever. And I fucking hated that movie.
Wow.
I don't want to delay this review any longer by continuously ranting about it. So let's just move on to the review. Before we actually start watching this piece of shit, I feel like I should...
Oh no.
Why this movie was so cheap to begin with. You see, the producers sold the franchise to some company called Canon.
This might be one of the reasons why this video is long.
For the budget of this movie.
I mean, we really don't need, like, a complete history of the movie, of how it came to be.
Needless to say, Canon had quite a few movie projects.
But it's some nice, interesting facts to know about.
Compromise. Superman 4's budget suffered significantly, with a budget of $17 million, making it the movie with the lowest budget out of every other Superman movie to date. And as a result,
really?
4 has one of the worst special effects ever seen in a motion picture.
Oh, we are in for a bad time, people. Oh, good lord.
Space. Cheap-ass pyros that are supposed to be explosions. Split-screen shots because
oh boy,
damn tripod. And not to mention all of these constantly horrendous goddamn blue screen effects. With my personal favorite including this cheap-ass shot of Superman flying closer to the camera over and over and over and over again. And many not so special effects yet to
let's just at least get this over with.
This is going to be a very painful ride. So our movie begins in outer space. No, I'm not doing the Linkara space gag, where we see astronauts working on something in a space shuttle.
Also, I think it's supposed to be like a Russian space station satellite or whatever.
Aside from the fact that Superman just spoke to
well, I mean, he is Superman, so he's able to master all kinds of different languages.
Done relatively well. In fact, this whole scene just might as well be a warning sign for things to come, because the whole movie completely falls itself apart afterwards. Seriously, just write in the text that reads, "Warning, the following
hold on. Wait. Let me just... Nope, did not mean to pause that. I was trying to click on this. There we go.
Please leave now.
Sorry about that. I did not mean to do that.
That text in the intro, and you have perfection. As much as I hate to watch this movie again, let alone review it, I might as well get the whole thing over with, since I have a job to do and people are watching me. So I'll finish what I've started with this fucking movie. Oh, and for those of you who don't like to hear me screaming, please turn down your volumes or just go away, because shit's about to go down. So down, in fact, it practically touched the bottom pits of hell. We cut to Smallville. By the way, thank you for letting us know we're in Smallville, because I thought this whole place was Texas. I can read, you fucking idiot. Clark Kent, the guy
yeah,
Superman,
for like half the audience that probably wasn't paying attention to this movie.
His mother died, off screen, of course. Clark enters into the barn to check a secret compartment that hides the spaceship where his parents found him as a baby. Inside the ship carries a green crystal that looks an awful lot like...
Now I'm just kind of wondering if the farm hands who work on this farm with the Clarks, or with the Kents, sorry, I don't know why I called them the Clarks. Just kind of worried that like the farm hands would find this place.
So we'll keep that in mind. After that scene, we cut to Lex Luthor, who's serving time in prison after all the numerous crimes he's done in the previous movies. He decides to slack off doing nothing in hard labor. Nice goofy looking hair, by the way. And just as soon as the guards are about to do something to Lex, some jackass in a car pulls over while blasting music in a stereo system. Also, what kind of retard wears headphones while blasting music with a stereo system inside a car? For some reason, the prison guards really
remember Lex Luthor's nephew, who's been in a ton of other DC media? No? Then good.
Is Lex Luthor's nephew. Lenny Luthor. And the car was a trap for the prison guards in order for Lex Luthor to escape. Lenny captures the
Ladies and gentlemen, the two dumbest cops in Metropolis.
Off screen because they couldn't afford a decent car crash. Well, shit. They couldn't even afford a car explosion sound effect.
Hey Frank, shouldn't we add in more special effects to make it look like the car exploded?
We couldn't afford any more special effects, stupid.
I'm guessing this is supposed to represent the people that worked on the movie that did the effects.
Put in the smoke machine. The people won't notice.
I can tell if there's something going on because of budget problems when I see it, you fucking idiot. So Lex Luthor escapes from prison rather easily, I might add, thanks to the help of Lenny Luthor. Hell, I don't even think he needed Lenny's help to get out of prison. After escaping from prison, what is the next thing that these two do?
Destroy Superman!
Yep. Not like he can work on your business or anything. Yeah, destroy Superman. Like always.
Oh, by the way, thank you for letting us know because I thought this was New York City and I'm totally lost with this movie. I know this is fucking Metropolis. Stop telling me where I am already. We see Lois Lane taking the subway train to go to the Daily Planet, but because this is Superman and this is apparently a running gag to her lifetime, something bad happens to Lois and Superman has to save her.
Pretty much.
The driver of the train suffers a heart attack, causing the train to go speed out of control, no doubt leading to a horrifying accident. But thankfully, and unsurprisingly, Superman comes in to save the day by stopping the train and once again saving.
Yep. Lois in all the Superman films has just been relegated to the damsel role. And it's funny, when you think of a character like Lois Lane, who's a reporter, and she's just trying to figure out Superman's identity, you think of her as like a really strong female character. You know, not someone who gets captured on a daily basis. Just not relegated to the damsel in distress role like every other, like, female character. Except a few. And it's kind of weird to think about Metropolis. It's pretty much freaking dangerous prone, so I don't get why Superman just needs to save the city on a daily basis if they're just going to get themselves into trouble again. I really don't get it. Honestly, Soups, I don't think Metropolis is ever worth it. I'm just getting that out there. Don't think Metropolis is ever worth saving.
And she's not even real. Think about it. Almost everything she does in her life, she always has to be saved by Superman at the end. Kinda makes me wish the franchise is dead now that I think about it.
I'd like all the people back there to know that our subway system is still the safest and most reliable means of public transportation.
Oh, why does that sound like a bad dub?
Considering that this is the DC universe,
Oh, that didn't sound right.
A way to fuck up the subway system really badly. Anyways, after he's done doing the Superman thing, Clark Kent arrives in the Daily Planet, late of course. And unfortunately for him, he finds out that the Daily Planet has been owned by some guy named David Warfield and his daughter, Lacey Warfield. He says that the Daily Planet hasn't made money for quite
just
some time, and he decides
randomly
to
introduce
solve the problem by
two new characters that no one is going to care about.
You know what? I'm not even going to tell you what happens to this subplot because it adds nothing to the overall story, and it just comes across as pointless filler for the sake of padding this movie even longer. All you really need to know is that Warfield is going to turn the Daily Planet into the 80s version of TMZ. Fascinating. After that pointless filler, we see the president make a public announcement in America stating that a summit has recently failed, leaving America with no choice but to continue the war of nuclear arms races. Okay, cool. That's a little bit more like it. A story about Superman preventing a nuclear war that could potentially destroy the entire planet? That sounds interesting. Personally, I would prefer to watch Superman fight another supervillain, but hey, at least something is happening. Well, that's what should have happened, but for some reason, we cut to some random
something in my eye.
Watching the
Oh yeah! We're
finished,
randomly cutting to a classroom watching the news. Can't even hear what she's saying, so don't even know what the point of that is, but alright. Continue on, I guess.
Positively as we await our inevitable doom of nuclear missiles blowing up our entire country. Do any of you have an answer? Anyway, I know I'm the teacher who's probably more experienced in politics than all of you combined, but I still expect an answer.
Oh gosh, that
What
troll
the fuck do you
face.
expect them to answer, lady? They're little kids. They don't know shit about politics. You're asking way too much out of these little shits.
What do you think we can do about the crisis?
Hey, lady, did you ask 5-year-old little Timmy about what a nucleus is? Because I guarantee you, the answer is fucking no.
He doesn't even know what's going on.
Exactly. The kid is like, what, 11 years old? And you expect him to give out a solution to a nuclear
Clearly this teacher's not doing a great job.
What kind of fucking teacher are you? Also, not only is the scene awkward to watch because of the teacher asking really complicated questions that no dumb little shit could answer, but it's also pointless because it tells us shit we would already figure out. Superman is gonna do something about the nuclear war, and there are people out there that have faith in Superman. So what purpose does this scene serve? Oh, but wait, it gets better, because only one kid, yeah, that's right, one kid tells the entire classroom that he's going to inform Superman about the nuclear wars, and he has faith that he's gonna solve this problem.
I tell you, I'd write a letter to that would do some good.
Oh wow, that is some bad
One
dubbing.
person in the entire classroom, not even
Did they seriously need to go to that direction with like bad dubbing?
Just maybe Superman could be helpful to solve a problem that could potentially destroy the entire planet. Hasn't Superman saved the planet like 3 times in the previous movies? Surely the media and the news would have covered the story about his heroic efforts, and not one of these people in the classroom ever got the idea that maybe he could save the planet again? Seriously?
Santa Claus.
No, Superman. Superman is such
What the fuck happened here?
That's a pretty big Superman statue.
No, Superman. Superman, the subject of our newest exhibit.
I did not edit this. That's exactly how the movie plays right there.
No, Superman. Superman, the subject of our newest exhibit.
Seriously, what the hell kind of transition?
I honestly don't even
It
know.
feels like I cut out a lot of parts that happened before and after the 2 clips that were shown right here, but I assure you, nothing was cut. That's just great. We're dealing with a lot of stuff right here. A terrible story, horrible special effects, pointless filler scenes that lead to absolutely nowhere, and now we have very poor editing. I am getting irritated right now, and I'm not even reading the fucking script.
I'm guessing that the director of this movie just thought that scene was boring, so he added a little random cut from that scene into it because he didn't want more filler in this movie, because we already have enough of that. If he did do that, that's saving us a lot of trouble for this movie, so thank you for that, Mr. Director. You saved us a lot of trouble of more garbage of this. Oh, speaking of,
That's over 1,000
yeah, this right here. I'm not even sure if this was a thing in the comics or anything. If Superman's hair was like super strong. This, if it wasn't, because I'm pretty sure this wasn't in the comics, but this makes no sense right here. I don't know, it's just really stupid in my opinion. It just... Let's just continue on, because I don't know how much more stupid we can take in this movie. But yeah, the stupidest hasn't even happened yet. Trust me on that.
Wow, that's pretty impressive for a hairpiece to be able to hold a huge wrecking ball. Clearly this piece of hair must have one hell of an endurance to be able to hold something that heavy. I want you to keep that in mind, because Lex Luthor and Lenny are about to steal a piece of that hair in order to get that DNA that Lex needs to create another Superman. Being a criminal mastermind with loads of money, how does he plan on stealing the hairpiece? He breaks the glass and easily cuts it with a pair of hedge trimmers. Hedge trimmers. The hairpiece is able to hold 1,000 pounds, and yet you're able to
Yeah.
with a pair of
Clearly the hair is not that strong.
How is that even possible? And don't even try to give out some bullshit excuse to justify this moment, because there's no saving grace for this fucking scene. If you could cut Superman's hair that easily with a pair of hedge trimmers, and for shits and giggles, let's say you can cut it with a pair of scissors, how the fuck do you expect me to believe that this hairpiece could somehow hold something that weighs half a ton? The heavy iron ball would have ripped the hairpiece easily by now. That's like if you had one of Superman's bones that has the ability to break through walls, but yet you're able to break the bones with surgery equipment. It makes no
Guess you couldn't
sense.
fit it in all the, like, many pockets that he had.
Here, where the floor in the display case fell a little too early because the broken pieces of glass are much more heavier than the fucking weight itself. Yes, I know it's a movie prop, and I bet they couldn't afford another display case because of the budget of this movie.
You could have at least paid for a decent prop to work.
Glass off screen, like how they filmed an off-screen shot of the car exploding. Who the fuck was in charge of the editing of this movie?
Okay.
Okay. The kid from the classroom scene, whose name is Jeremy, by the way, sends out a letter to the Daily Planet, basically telling them to inform Superman that he needs to get rid of all the nuclear weapons to ensure peace. Clark Kent obviously receives the letter and reads it, while Lacey believes that she can make headlines off the kid's letter. And she does this by holding a freaking press conference on the kid. Seriously, bitch? A fucking press conference? Even TMZ wasn't that.
All for a little kid.
After that mind-boggling scene, the headline arrives.
I would believe that, honestly.
Drop dead to kid, which we all know is a complete lie. Okay, I usually don't bring up deleted scenes in my reviews because when I watch a movie, I tend to watch what was given to me and what was meant to be the final product. Because people who are
Oh, yeah.
story of the movie or
I think, fun fact, I don't know if I mentioned this yet, but I did watch Linkara's review on the comic adaptation of this movie, and the comic actually had some deleted scenes that they were able to put into it.
Ruining the story, leaving out with a lot of
Nice.
moments that came out of nowhere or stuff that hasn't been explained, therefore ruining your movie. And I expect the people who are responsible for the stories to do their job by making the movie's plot. Now, it's one thing if you want to make a complex storyline or an ambiguous movie with a lot of mystery that leaves your head scratching, but it's another to make a straightforward plot. So what good are those deleted scenes if the final version of the movie is already ruined on its theatrical release? To put it bluntly, make sure nothing important is left out on your main story. There is a deleted scene where we see Superman actually talk to the kid in response to his letter, and all he did was simply deny his request of getting rid of the nuclear weapons. And his reason
Yeah,
is because he does
I
not
know for a fact, like, how I'm gonna have a problem editing this entire
Which is
video.
bullshit because he already failed to keep that promise so many times. And of course, Superman did talk to Jeremy, but he never flat out said drop dead. But that didn't stop the Daily Planet from making a newspaper article about this small but effective lie to the public. Why do they feel the need to remove this scene if it explains about the headlines? So not only does this movie have a terrible storyline with pointless filler, but it also removes movie scenes that are necessary to the plot and leaves us with unanswered questions to the theatrical version of this movie. I swear, this movie's so bad, I feel like the movie's purposefully pulling up every flaw up its sleeve just to fuck with me. Understandably, Superman is upset about the headlines, so he heads to the Fortress of Solitude to talk to his father Jor-El. Oh, I'm sorry.
Or his Kryptonite Fortress of Solitude. Why was it green?
Old, wise Kryptonian elder guy, I guess.
No, I'm forbidden to interfere.
Okay, why did he line the place with green crystals? What, is the whole fortress made out of kryptonite?
You saved the planet before, dipshit. Haven't you seen the previous 3 movies?
The Earth is too primitive. You can flee to new worlds.
Yeah, I think that's the thing about, like, the Superman movies. They always replace certain actors.
Because nothing in the DC universe stays safe for longer than a week.
If you teach the earth to put its faith in any one man, even yourself, you're teaching them to be betrayed.
Words to live by.
Betrayed.
I'm old and wise, Superman.
Just when you think things couldn't get
Okay.
much worse, they do. Here we have a scene where Lois meets up with Clark to go to some fucking dinner. I really don't care at this point. Clark then asks Lois if he could have a few minutes with her on the balcony, which leads us to... I can't fucking say much. Just watch.
Things aren't that bad. Clark, stop!
Well, oh, good lord, that's some bad blue screen.
This happens.
Yikes!
Clark took Lois just so that both of them could fall down off of a building, only for Clark to quickly undress himself off screen, become Superman to show Lois that he is indeed Superman.
Yeah, minus all the other times that he has revealed his identity to her.
Broad daylight.
Oh, yikes. Yeah, the blue screen effects are really, really bad in this. Also, wasn't there at some point where Superman used a make-out mind eraser thing that, like, wiped Lois's memory? Then again, he also did fly around the Earth to reverse time and wipe her memory somehow also. Yeah, it's safe to say that Superman's powers are not well explained in the movies. Again, they're probably well more explained in the comics as much as the movies. Oh, boy. But yeah, it just...
Exact
wow.
sequence you saw from the first movie. I mean, just look at it. This is the shot of the first movie. This is the shot of the fourth movie. This is the first movie.
Oh, wow, yeah, reusing a lot of... Well, just the same scenes, just differently. Dude, I think we get it.
The color of the dress makes a huge difference, because it doesn't. And the fourth movie does a terrible job at copying it, because you can clearly see the blur surrounding the actors. And another thing, how is it possible for Clark Kent to quickly undress himself, become Superman,
yeah, also considering that, like,
without getting caught by anyone?
He pretty much just almost tried to kill her.
The first movie took place in the middle of night, so they were able to get away with it no problem, but this is just fucking ridiculous.
I mean, who knows? Maybe people in freaking Metropolis were asleep at that daytime or whatever. I don't know.
Definitely get rid of the entire flying sequence altogether. Because, oh, but it gets better. Oh, this is pure fucking gold right here. Just hear me out, okay? After Superman just took Lois out on a little flying date together, Superman asks Lois what he has to do to make the world a better place. And Lois just says, do whatever you think is the right thing to do for this world. Right after she answers him this question, Superman gives Lois the oh-so-infamous mind-wiping...
Oh, it's this movie that does it.
Superman
Joy.
erases her memories of her witnessing Clark Kent being Superman. What was the point of Clark Kent flying with Lois Lane in the first place?
Oh.
So... Superman heads to the United Nations headquarters with Jeremy for some reason.
Alright.
Anyway,
he's finally going to deal with this nuclear crisis problem.
Oh my god, why couldn't it just be Superman who makes the decision? Anyways, I hope you guys are ready for what I'm about to show you, because this is one of the worst speeches ever given in the history of cinema. With that being said, here we go.
Madam Secretary, honorable delegates, ladies and gentlemen, for many years now, I've lived among you as a visitor.
Yeah, again, this really just sounds like a bad dub, and they couldn't get, like, the actual actor to say this.
I've also seen the
I don't know why.
As of today, I'm not a visitor anymore, because the Earth is my home too. We can't live in fear. I can't stand idly by and watch us stumble into the madness of possible nuclear destruction. And so I've come to a decision. I'm going to do what our governments have been unwilling or unable to do. Effective immediately, I'm going to rid our planet of all nuclear weapons.
Okay, going off the record here, I'm not a political...
Let's be honest, I'm not that political either.
I'm an expert when it comes to things.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that that is a terrible, terrible speech that Superman could give. And again, brings up the point. Metropolis is not worth saving, Superman. Yeah, you could probably just let the nuclear bombs fly off. Metropolis is not worth saving because I'm sure as soon as you do this, it's just gonna get in trouble again. Yeah. Superman just literally needs to leave Earth. It's not worth it.
Around the world. Despite the fact that moments before the scene happened, certain nations have no choice but to continue the war and still use the nuclear weapons. What boggles my mind is the fact that not one delegate in the entire meeting room stood up and said, "Hey, Superman, what gives you the right to have authority over the rest of us?" Not one nation questions his decision. I mean, yeah, he's Superman, but that doesn't mean you don't have a voice against him. And the thing is, even comic books understood this. Like, they aren't afraid to show people that have a negative opinion or a reason why they hate superheroes. There are many examples out there that I can give where you see someone, I mean, it can be anybody, a journalist, an activist, a Christian, hell, even the fucking Hope Winners, anyone, why they hated a superhero, and even question the motives behind their actions. I mean, I could go on for hours discussing everything.
Start to notice there's like a lot of like long talking with black screens mostly.
This fucking
so yeah, not a lot happening.
Wow. So right after Superman makes his announcement to the entire world that he's going to get rid of all the nuclear missiles, the nations fire the missiles anyway. I would say this is just a waste of time and it's very fucking stupid, but the reason why they did it is because so that Superman could catch all of the missiles, place them into a net.
Ugh, I forgot about that. He puts it in a freaking giant net.
Completely. Why do we get the feeling this would
also,
way too much
doesn't most of Superman's power come from the sun? I'm just saying. Like, literally, most of it comes from the sun, so you're pretty much just blowing up the sun with the nuclear power.
Nuclear arms dealers about taking over the world, destroying Superman, blah 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 blah, seen it 1,000 times, whatever. His evil plan this time is that he's going to create an ultimate enemy that surpasses Superman's powers and completely destroy him. And the way he's going to do that is that he created some kind of slime of genetic DNA bullshit.
Or I'm guessing it's just the melted remains of Flubber.
DNA bullshit into
No,
the
wait.
box, and then place the box
If we're talking about the Robin Williams
and send
Flubber,
that
then
into the sun,
this movie
and
came out
finally
before it,
create
so
this so-called adversary.
this movie ripped off Flubber?
Okay, I am not a huge expert at science.
I guess. I have no idea.
Life by throwing DNA into the sun. Has anyone, and I mean anyone, ever tried something like this before? Is that even possible? Please, bring in a science expert in the comments. I really like to know, because I get the feeling that the answer is going to be, no, the DNA's life is burnt to a fucking crisp.
I don't even know.
Assuming that it is possible to create...
But clearly this isn't real science. This is just a bunch of grown men playing with Play-Doh and their young scientist chemistry set.
With the genetic goo, of course, into the sun, and thus Nuclear Man is born. Like, literally.
Yep.
Born, because he goes into
It's finally time we...
kind of gross. Then he evolves into Nuclear
I was about to say, it's finally time that we talk about Nuclear Man in this movie.
Silver fingernails for whatever reason, and somehow knows the location of where Lex Luthor is, and he has the same...
I also want to bring up the comic again. But yeah, in Linkara's review of the comic adaptation, Lex Luthor already had a suit for Nuclear Man when he came to Earth. Weird.
Anyways, there is another deleted scene that I should talk about, because believe it or not, the Nuclear Man that you're seeing right now is actually Nuclear Man number 2. You see, there was a deleted scene that actually shows the original Nuclear Man, where you see Lex Luthor actually creating it. And this Nuclear Man kind of looks like...
Yeah, that's another thing I wanted to mention!
Nuclear Man does...
The comic had that deleted scene of the first Nuclear Man, which the first one ended up being kind of like their own version of Bizarro.
Sending him on fire. Don't ask me how that fucking the fight, Lenny picks up the ashes, sends them to Lex Luthor, basically telling him that he needs to create another nuclear man, only stronger and better. Which gives Lex the idea that he should create a nuclear man with the power of the sun. I would also like to point out that there was also this other deleted scene where Lacey, for whatever reason, falls in love with Clark Kent and they want to go out on the Metro Club. Metro Club is also the same place where Superman and the shitty version of Nuclear Man would face each other. And I also need to point out that the shitty version of Nuclear Man actually takes a small look at Lacey and actually falls in love with her. I'm pointing this out because it answers an unanswered question that was never resolved in the original theatrical version of this movie. This improved version of Nuclear Man retains some of the original memories that the previous Nuclear Man had, and you're gonna find out later. Now that I've explained this to you, let's get back on track and finish this fucking review. Nuclear Man and Lex Luthor meet with each other and they just, oh my fucking god. Just seriously guys, it's already hard enough to do this review without tearing my hair up, but I'm also dealing with personal issues that is making this review.
Yeah, it's safe to say to just
but I'm not gonna let
move on from this.
So, I'm gonna do something to keep myself entertained within this review, and it's been a while since I've done this little gag. Enjoy.
Wait, what? What is this? What? Okay. Can't wait to hear this.
Me big and strong. Me kill Superman.
Oh, jeez.
And you evil. I evil. We evil.
Okay.
Evil.
Alright. Thank you for that. Oh, jeez. What?
While this Nuclear Man is an improvement...
Okay, that was random.
There's just one little flaw that keeps him from being all powerful. You see, he has to be in direct sunlight all the time, because if he isn't, this happens.
I kill
But
I guess
he's still in light!
giving the villain a weakness to not make him completely overpowered, but if you ask me, they might as well just scrap the weakness altogether, because there were
I honestly have no idea. I'm guessing it's their own take of, like, yeah, his weakness is the sun, but it's Superman's strength. I think it's safe to say that Lex Luthor pretty much just suffered brain damage while working in a quarry for a prison in Metropolis. That's what we're going with.
This movie way too much for its capabilities, because not only do they have a low budget, everyone who worked on this movie have low IQ, which explains a lot why the science in this movie fucking blows. Anyways, Nuclear Man wants to kill Superman because he's big, strong, and evil. Oh my god, this story's stupid! But before that could happen, however, we've got a comedy show to film over here. It's the part where Clark Kent is dating Lacey and Superman having an interview with Lois Lane. Both happening at the same time!
Oh, wow.
Hell, this may not be proof, but the comedy in this is somehow even worse than the previous movie had to offer. Here's a couple of audio clips of my reaction towards these hilarious hijinks. Let them speak for itself. Oh, P-Trip, look at me, I'm so clumsy. He's gonna change it to Superman, he's gonna change it to Superman. Fucking car!
Oh, there we go. Just change behind a car.
Fuck you guys. Haven't these idiots learned anything after Superman 3?
This isn't fucking funny at all.
Batman from the 60s was funnier than this. And those were all recorded during my first viewing of
Oh, boy.
I'm actually not joking. And just when you're about to kill yourself from this horrible abomination of comedy, Lex Luthor contacts Superman, somehow only he could hear, and figuring out where he is, he threatens that he's going to blow up the
Yeah, another
State Building
power that's not explained.
him face to face. Obviously, Superman flies over there to meet Lex Luthor and to confront a new enemy. But whatever.
It's time for the climax to begin.
It's an epic showdown between Superman and a new villain with amazing hair,
Oh,
fingernail
boy.
claws, and a mighty roar.
What kind of freaking roar was that?
Okay, I take it back. That roar is fucking hilarious. Seriously, did he just orgasm from the power of
Less like a laughable, and it's just
the sun?
questionable.
Say Nuclear Man's got the hots for the sun. Yeah, I know it's bad, but it doesn't change the fact that the movie's.
Oh, jeez.
Before any of you say anything, yes, I'm aware that technically this isn't the final battle, and we still got like 20 or 30 minutes left before the movie ends. But I don't give a fuck. I just want to get this. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, and that whole threat of just basically blowing up a building from Lex Luthor never happens. It's just to get Superman to. Oh, God.
Fly around. Oh yeah, Superman does punch Nuclear Man one time. What the fuck are we even doing here? I mean, this isn't really a superhero fight. This is more like a fucking goose loose chase on steroids. It is not even fun to watch.
Freaking movie.
Superman punches Nuclear Man one time, I can't stress enough how bullshit this is.
I think we get it.
Nuclear Man flies to China and blows it up because he's evil. And of course, Superman comes over to help by, using Reparo-Vision? Okay, I could be wrong about this because I haven't read all of the comics, but did Superman ever had that kind of power in the past 50 years he existed?
It's safe to say that no, he didn't have this power in the movie. Or, yeah, he had it in the movie, he just didn't have it in the comics.
By plugging the volcano with a giant rock. These two fucking retards again continue to Oh god. This fucking asshole Nuclear Man.
Yeah, it's painful.
Destroy the Statue of Liberty by throwing it into the ground, and Superman, of course, comes over and saves it. But while he's
safe to say that we now know where most of the budget for this movie went.
Him or something, he like scratches Superman's neck, and that somehow affects his powers. And
I mean, unless that scratch of his was made from kryptonite. That makes no sense!
Thinking, for those of you who are paying attention to the inconsistencies, how the fuck could it be daylight in America, China, and Italy at the same time? Please don't fucking ask me, because we're gonna be here all day if I talk about this, and you guys really don't want me to continue fucking ranting. Okay, alright. Superman places back the Statue of Liberty and is now weakened by the scratch. Nuclear Man pretends that Superman's a football or something.
I got something in my eye.
He, like, kicks him so hard that the cape flies off, even though you see the cape on Superman's back while he's flying away from the impact of that kick. Guys, at least take off the goddamn cape while he's in the...
Oh, he left an outtake into the video. Yep. Just get through the pain, man. Get through the pain.
Alright, here we go. After one of the worst fights in cinema history, someone found Superman's cape in the battlefield, and people are under the impression that Superman is dead, even though they've never found the body, but whatever. Clark Kent is okay, but the impact of that nail scratch, seriously, has definitely caused major damage to Clark Kent. Not only does it make him sick, but it also causes him to age.
I have absolutely no idea.
But that's okay. All hope isn't completely lost yet. Remember the green crystal in the beginning of the movie?
Oh, yeah!
Believe it or not. And
The random green rock that his father gave him.
you never really
That
see
literally looks more like kryptonite than a rock that would help him.
Don't have enough money to have some kind of glowing effect showing the crystal, you know, healing Superman and all that. And okay, this will
Also,
not
really,
be the
a
last
scratch
time I
from
say
Nuclear
this,
Man
but
basically
the
gave
movie
him
doesn't
old
do a good
age.
job explaining what the crystal does. In fact, we don't even know where it comes from or what its purpose is. I'm willing to bet that the same people who wrote this fucking thing are the same people that wrote that incredibly forced and contrived story.
Hey, at least the plot in Space Jam made more sense.
Forced and contrived. You can't tell me it's possible for Pete Rose to work together with characters from Steven Universe fighting against Dingleberry Licorice Alien Ballsack
Okay,
from an underwater
calm down, dude.
It doesn't make any fucking sense. Okay, we're almost done, and it's time for the real climax.
Well, at least we're almost over with this freaking movie.
Fight between Superman and Nuclear Man. I could not tell you how happy I am right now that we're close to the end. I mean, holy fucking shit. The bullshit levels in this movie are above the scales. It's unbelievable. Alright, enough stuttering and patting. Let's get it over with. Nuclear Man hits back to Lex Luthor's hideout and he sees a newspaper article about Lacey in the front picture.
Lacey! Because she was so important to the plot! But she barely did anything in this entire movie except try to get into Clark Kent's and Superman's pants at the same time! Like, seriously. Also, what happened to Lois? Yeah, was she just, like, completely dropped from this movie? Ugh! Why? Oh, this movie.
In the Metro Cross.
Thankfully, this is almost over. Just
and this Nuclear Man isn't an all new version of Nuclear Man. It's more like an upgraded version of Nuclear Man. After all, he was created from the remains of the shitty version, so it would make sense for his infatuation of Lacey from the previous shitty version of Nuclear Man to be carried over in the upgraded version. So, there you go. There's the explanation. But that doesn't mean a goddamn fucking thing, because we never see the shitty version of Nuclear Man in the original theatrical version, so this comes straight the fuck out of nowhere, and I don't give a fuck, because I just want the whole thing to get over with immediately. But for the sake of having just one
pretty much
for this fight to happen between Superman and Nuclear Man, let's just pretend that Nuclear Man has a thing for Lacey's eyes. Those sweet, beautiful, seductive eyes. Ooh, they're getting to him. He wants it.
Jeez.
Oh my god, that fucking hurts. So the fight is on with that really good reason. I don't care if it's made up, just pretend it's real. Don't make me come over there and stab you in the back. Nuclear Man heads over to the data to find Lacey, but he has to confront Superman first.
Where is the woman? Give it up, you'll never find her.
Cut. No. The dialogue should be more like this.
Where's Lacey?
How do you know about it?
That makes more sense.
Angry, so he causes massive destruction while rewinding the footage in the process.
Stop! Don't do it! The people!
The power of yelling compels you.
Yeah, you know, you save the people from dying, Superman!
Go do something about it, you super dork! And he does do something about it. Superman tells Nuclear Man that Lacey's on the top of the Daily Planet, and he allows him to go up, while Nuclear Man is smashing all the floors during his little flight. World's greatest superhero, ladies and gentlemen! Nuclear Man is on the top floor, and as it turns out, the top floor is Lex Luthor's fucking hideout. Oh my god! You guys are such fucking idiots! They're in a Daily fucking Planet! You guys can't fucking edit things!
Even this freaking movie doesn't want to keep up with its own continuity.
By luring him into the elevator.
Ooh, the deadly yellow pimp hand slap.
Power from direct sunlight. Although technically he would have lost his powers anyway because he's inside a room where there's no direct sunlight. So, oh my god, this is so fucking tedious. You know, I'm gonna stop right here. Like, I'm not gonna talk about this movie in greater detail anymore. Just no, I'm done. You can write a fucking novel with 1,000 pages explaining how many things are wrong with this movie. That's how flawed it is. Anyways, Superman takes the elevator to the darkest side of the moon where Nuclear Man could no longer cause trouble to the planet. Unfortunately for Superman, the sun would eventually shine at the darkest side of the moon, and of course, reactivating Nuclear.
Yeah, still alive.
I'm gonna stop right now and head straight to the end. Well, at least myself currently going straight to the end because, I mean, oh my god, I mean, their fight on planet Earth was bad. Really fucking bad, actually. One of the worst fights I've ever seen, but holy fuck. Their fight in the moon is even worse than their fight on planet Earth. There's so many things wrong with it. But, you know, how many times have I said a lot of things are wrong with that scene, and that scene? That's the biggest pet peeve I have with this movie. It's like, the longer you watch this movie, the more amount of things could go wrong the longer you watch it.
But you know, we still gotta finish off this video, so you might as well show it just to get it over with.
Special effects, the editing, the fucking sound, the costume, even the fucking gust of wind could be wrong. That's what it's like watching. And I am not in the mood to talk about this fight scene. I refuse, because I feel like if I talk about this right now, I would pass out and someone would have to pick me up. And no, I'm done here. No more bullshit. I've had enough, and I don't want to break my limit anymore. But I can't let this fight scene just slide. I mean, I feel like people should watch it to witness how horrible it is. In fact, don't watch it. This review's over. No, really. I'm giving you a choice right now. Click back right now if you don't want to see the horrible fight scene that's going to come up soon. And if you're really sadistic and sick and twisted enough that you want to endure the bullshit that's going to come up ahead, like I have before, then go ahead. Be my guest. But I warn you, it's really bad. Also, I'm once again showing you the previous audio clips of my reactions of that fight scene, watching it the first time. And I'm about to warn you, it's gonna get pretty loud. So, here it is, my reaction and the fight scene.
You fucked up! You fucked up! You fucked up! Slow-mo madness! This is fucking painful! Just stop already!
Do they really need to do slow motion? That just drags the movie out longer.
I just fucking die already! What? You maniac! Do you realize what you've done pushing the movie? How could you breathe in space? Why didn't I just get myself a job to be a fucking Oh god. That's so stupid! You moron! You moron! What are you doing? Do you realize what you're
Great.
doing? The whole planet's gonna blow up with the nuclear power. It's times like this that I question why I joined the internet. The time-traveling bullshit in the first Superman movie makes more sense than this movie fucking sucks!
Yeah, I was that pissed watching that fight scene and what happened afterwards. I'm not joking. Alright, to wrap things up, Nuclear Man is defeated. I refuse to remember how. Lex Luthor gets sent to jail. The pointless subplot with the Daily Planet is resolved, as if anyone fucking cared. And Superman gives us one bullshit speech to close this movie by saying that to receive world peace, the people just simply have to beg and cry so much for peace and continue to do that until the governments have no choice but to give out peace to the people. Oh yeah, that's a great fucking argument to bring up in the world of politics. Try doing that whenever one of these two idiots are gonna be. I'm sure Superman's moral would.
Alright, there you have it, guys. That was my reaction to Hellfire Cinema's review on Superman 4. And yeah, if I sound pretty much bored and tired, yeah, this video just dragged a lot of energy out of me to try and edit it together. And before we end the video, I want to say sorry if this was a long video. I didn't expect it to be this long. I'm being honest. I did not expect it to be this long. And I don't know. This just dragged out a lot of energy for me. So I don't know the reason why, OmniGen, which by the way, that's his actual YouTube channel name, but he called his series Hellfire Cinema. I don't know the reason, why he's, upset or, that he's not getting much support from people. I highly recommend you guys go check out his channel. It's fun. I remember watching his review on Home on the Range, that Disney movie. Yeah, definitely give his channel some support and give his channel a sub. He definitely deserves it. This movie, though, this freaking movie, Superman 4, it really shouldn't have existed. There was no point to it even needing to exist. That's really all I have to say, because I already gave my word out for, the entire reaction. But anyway, with that being said, thank you all for watching this video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click that notification bell to never miss a new video. And again, please go give OmniGen a watch. Give his channel a sub. He totally deserves it. He really does need it, and a lot of support with whatever he's going through. But anyway, with that, sorry, almost forgot what I was going to... And with that, I will see all you awesome guys and gals later. Bye-bye.